This is Mark. I, as an adult, went to the Church of Christ. They say you have to be baptized for salvation. Is baptism required for salvation? And if baptism is required as for salvation, since Jesus came, then what about Simeon, who was dying as Jesus was born? Was he baptized? Was he saved? What about Anna, who was, I've forgotten, about 80, 90, 100, maybe over 100, maybe over 100. She was a widow for 80 years, I think. She married her husband, and then he died, and she was a widow for 80 years. I think it was 80 years. Was she baptized? Because they'll say the thief on the cross. What about the thief on the cross? Well, baptism was not taught back then, proclaimed back then. As it says in Acts, that Apollos was taught that the baptism he was baptized with was John's baptism. So then he was, or in the same chapter, I forget what chapter it was, in Acts, maybe Acts 18, 19, 16, 17, something like that. I think it was, for some reason, I think it was chapter 17, but it might not have been. 16, 17, 15, something like that, 19, 18. Apollos was told a better way to be, a more complete way about the gospel. And then there were some people that came across that Paul came across in the same chapter, and he said, you were baptized into John's baptism. John, and then they were baptized again into Jesus, because they were taught to believe in Jesus. But the thing is, if God wants to save you, he will. The instruction is baptism, but David also committed adultery and murder. Those are both stonable offenses, and David was not stoned. So I would recommend do what God says, but God is sovereign.